If anyone is wondering if I know that OBJ 704, no I don't. But I was playing for a good while, I think half an hour to an hour this day when I got this match. And yeah, I was on a losing streak with the Constant 1B. All I wanted was the first win of the day, right? I was on a losing streak with this because my team was full of idiots. You guys will see. I really had to rack my brain here. For the win, I had to try really hard. Right now we're in a 2v3 on my side, right? And the projectile gets deleted by the 183. I just try to focus fire, but yeah. So I can't hit the OBJ. I went for the quicker one. 183 is not much of a threat to me if I can, you know, run around the dunes. That's what I did. You guys will see.
Enemy armor is damaged.
And then I see the 1 HP guy, so I decided to clear him out first. You know, I'll take shots from the 1-2-1, of course, but not from the 1-8-3. So I'm just playing a ring around the Rosie with the two of them. And the 183 is stupid enough to turn around later. Like, he's going to shoot somewhere else. I'm gonna shoot across the dunes. I get the track there. I get the kill. Yeah, he turns around and fires elsewhere. That is stupid. What he did there basically lost him the game. If he helped the 1-2-1B and kept me here, we would have lost over there, and then they would have had like 3 or 4 guns on me, and I would have lost. Would have been over. As long as I can get that track. You know, I'm not good enough to get consistent tracks from weird angles on the 1-3 or other tanks. Lots of tanks I can't consistently track. If I do get the track, you know, I'll just behind. Which now leads me to 2v2, which is much better and winnable, right? This 5.7k damage dealt already. Waiting for my reload. Yeah, now it's a 1v1, right? Which is very winnable. As long as they don't get, the Destiny doesn't get like a headshot on me, pens it from a distance, which gives them time to reload, then I should win, right? But I'm trying to not lose HP here. So like, I'm just trying to spot up if he's trying to come down immediately. See if I can bait a shot, like, on my turrets. But if he doesn't come down B, then I will, you know, go around. I'm also trying to see if he will maybe cap A. Because we're winning on cap. And A is the only cap we have. So like, bad players will just step on A. But like, now, for now, you have the HP to fight. So if you step on cap, it's over. You tell me where you are, and I can get up there in your face and be hold down, you know, peeking at the Destiny over a hill, which would mean the game will be effectively over. And a lucky spot there too, because I spot him, but he doesn't spot me. Like, this is bad. I don't know if he did it himself or someone on his team told him to cap, but you don't cap in this situation. You don't cap B. The only acceptable cap would be to step on A. If you're a really good player and you're confident that, you know, penning me or whatever, or you know Destiny tank is slow or whatever. I don't know how much, if he has the top modules or whatever.
Enemy armor is destroyed.
Which makes it a 7.4k damage game, which is my damage record on this tank, on the Concept 1. 6 destroyed, 6 damaged, mastery, 7.4k. Very close to my damage record. You know, when I say, I'm telling you, these are the bots I'm getting matched with, or I was getting matched with that entire day. Okay, 49%er, tier 9, 1.3k average. That's 26k games, right? He's probably playing other. Can I check his profile? Nope. Go to profile here. It doesn't play ratings, of course. Tanks. So he's playing tier 8. Right, I'm checking the games. Most games he played on tier 8, these, which are, I mean, I guess good credit farmers. Tier Chinese Tank Destroyer, tier 8. This is the tier 8 in the FV215B tree. This tank is like pretty bad. I don't like it. I don't like the pew pew guns. AMX, like you know they're a bad player when they level this up, and they're not at level 50, which is the maximum level you can have, right? If someone hits level 50, you know they might just be spending a lot of money, or they've been playing for a long time, they have all the tech tree tanks and they have leftover credits, and they got nowhere to blow those credits, and they pay for this levels. Yeah, makes sense. But if you can't get to level 50, it just means you're bad. You're just bad. Yep. Playing tier 8, tier 9, tier 7. So average 8, right? Probably 9. So probably average 8, tier 8 to like 8.3, 8.5, right? He's averaging only 1.3k damage, right? Keep in mind this is a 26k damage played, 26k battles played person, 49%er, right? Did 0 damage. What about our T100? Almost 50k games played, not even 49%, 1.3k average, right? 9k, 47%er, average only 830 damage, right? Now the 60 TP. See? What I tell you guys about the levels. If they're level 50, it doesn't mean much. It could mean they're good, or they just, they're experienced. They may not be good, but they won't suck, most likely. But if you see like level 20s, level 30s, level 40s, people who level this up without going to level 50, they're just bad. It's 8k games, 47% victory average, well, 1.5k damage, which is not terrible average damage. But yeah, 47%er did what, 1.2k, which is like slightly below his average. Or the Progetto. The only guy I had on my team that was somewhat decent, but yeah, 9.7k battles, 55%er, 1.7 to 1.8k average, 405 rating. If he's I don't know how much ratings he's played, but if he's played a lot and he's just hit platinum and he's like, finally I've hit platinum, I'm just gonna stay. I'm gonna stop playing ratings until like the end of the season, and then I'll get my platinum. That's bad. That's absolutely bad. Like, I used to think placing platinum was good. No, placing platinum is terrible. Platinum players are terrible. And this was this is the only good guy I had on my team. Good teammate. 14, let's say 15k battles done, right? 55%er, let's say. Average 1.2, right? And he's only rated silver. This is probably a guy who, in my opinion, should be rated gold. The classic person who can't make a play by themselves, but they can hold their own when they play defensively, when they play to their tank strength, when they're hold down or side scraping or whatever. That's best for their own tanks. They can't necessarily make a play. They can't make calls. They can't tell someone, okay, go there, clear that tank, and then we win. But it's a guy I will pick in, let's say, if I had to play a fucking tournament, right? I would pick some guy like this over some guy like this. Most of these guys, they're not good enough to be proud, but yet they're so damn proud. They got an ego the size of the entire Milky Way galaxy, and they're like, "How dare you talk shit to me?" Right? But it's not as bad as this, right? This is even worse. This is the bad player, and he's mad, right? When I said move fucking bots, this guy was mad because he's an actual bot. He plays like a bot. The rest of these guys, right? They either know they're a bot and they don't say shit, or they know they don't play like bots and they don't feel targeted, right? It's as if I was saying, oh, ugly people, right? They should be jailed or something. I don't really believe in that. But if I said that, right, and and one person got immediately very angry, you can bet that there's a 90% chance this person is an ugly person. Like, most people, they won't get this mad, right? Most people, if they hear that and they don't agree with me, they'll say, whoa, dude, I think you're overreaching, right? But they're not gonna be like, how dare you say that? No, you're the ugly bitch. You belong in prison. See? That's exactly how they acted. How bad they were. 600. That's one shot. They landed one shot. See? Yeah, they hit. They shot twice, hit, and penned one. Jesus. Yeah, this. Let me actually calculate this. This is 2.5k, right? 3.5k. 6k. Oh my god, I did more damage than the rest of my entire team combined. Right? Look at this. One, right? 1300 plus 1200, that's 2500, right? 2500 plus 3500, that's 6000, right? Yeah, 6000. And then I guess there's a 10, there's a 40, there's a 13, that's 54, right? 64. So these three together, they did 6064 damage, right? 6064, and these two together, let's just, like, if I was to round this up to 300 and this to 700, that's 1,000. This is 6,000. These three is 6,054 plus 1,000 would be 7,064, which is less than me, right? And I'm rounding up here, right? So they did even less. I did more damage than the entire rest of my team. This win was me, and you could say maybe him, right? If you add my damage and his damage together, we did 11,000 damage. We did 11,000 damage. This is what? 2.5k, right? 2,500, 3,500 at most. The top two guys did, like, what? 4 times the amount of damage these dudes did. Probably even more, right? I'm not that good with math, but I'm not that bad at math either, right? the entire rest of the team did less damage than I did, and this fucker here is like, when I'm like, yo, move, fucking boss. This dude's like, you're the bot. Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. I was going to say zero self-awareness, but that's not zero self-awareness, because he knows he's bad. That's why when I said fucking bots, he felt attacked, right? But it's not a matter of being, like, so he's self-aware, but it's not a matter of him not being self-aware. He has zero shame. If you're bad, and you're ashamed of it, we're not gonna say shit, right? Not only did he know he was bad, he had zero shame about it. It's been a while since I had this game. Oh yeah, I remember. I thought I went to dudes, but no. Since there's like there's no fast tanks, there's no mediums, there's no lights. I thought it would take me too long to go around. So I said, well, maybe I'll just go side strip in town. Which is what I did. This was a close game, a very close game.
Enemy armor is damaged.
Sort of lucky there that I penned the mouse check. The Yag did fine though. Took some hits and at least penned a couple shots.
Enemy is hit. Punched right through their armor. One of our trucks is gone. We can't move.
Another 215B got his armor buffed, but
We got him.
you still need to choose the equipment that gives you extra armor, not the extra health. With extra health, everyone who chooses extra
That
pen
one didn't go through.
can pen you like easily. Well, that shot there, I don't know how it bounced. Maybe I didn't hit where I was aiming, but it would have been a pen. I could pin it twice.
It can break any minute.
Oh yeah, the mouse was kind of talking shit. This might not doing anything.
Hit them hard.
Like not in the fight. He's just in
We're
the back.
immobilized.
He's talking shit.
Looks like that one went right through.
I might have been. I don't know, but yeah, I think it went on the track instead.
Penetration. We didn't even scratch them.
But I could get him maybe a bit of HE splash on him.
One of our trucks was hit.
So I had to trade with him there.
Enemy is hit.
So I know you only have one more shot. And you would have to pull back to get more shots off. That was a lucky high roll, which allowed me to clear that guy. If I remember correctly, the Super Conqueror probably averages like 350, 360 on his
We
APs.
finish him off.
I had two crucial clears, right? This guy, which I high rolled, the AC, and then the IS-40. But yeah, there I kind of fluffed my shot there. If I didn't, the 405 would be dead right now.
Punched right through their armor. Enemy
Instead, the
is
205B ran away instead of like going around from here to take a shot at me. Otherwise, they would have won, I think. I think the 215B was scared that I would come and clear him,
Enemy
which is
vehicle
what I would have
destroyed.
done had he ran towards me, but yeah.
Gotcha.
Very close game, 5.3k damage. Just two guys left and I was 1 HP, right? Another mastery game. Like I was saying, Super Conqueror is so good. It's not good as in like is broken, but it's good as in is consistent. It's consistently above average. It's kind of average at side scraping. It's above average at hull downing. The mobility isn't great, but it's like average for heavy tanks. Probably maybe a bit above average. You can get some troll bounces sometimes. What you are, so if like this tank goes on sale, I do recommend you to buy it, especially if the price is good. But I will say, even before when it had the reactive armor, what you were scared of was being HE'd in your turret, because your turret isn't impenetrable. Like you have space armor on the turret, right? But like it's not all around the turret. If you get if you get HE like on your cupola, or you get HE like under your space armor, or like between your space armor and the gun mantlet, you'll take decent damage. Like if an E100 HEs you here, you'll probably take like 300, maybe even 350, 400 damage. So yeah, like you can't hold down like, let's say, the Concept 1B, right? This thing you can't, as long as you're staring down the opponents directly, it's very hard for them to HE you and do a lot of damage. Most of it will be like 50 damage, 100 damage, not more than that. Like I'm talking about the big calibers, right? The big caliber guns. Smaller guns will maybe do like 10, 20 damage with the HE shots. You're not afraid of those. But yeah, I'm not a fan of the 2-shot drum that the Concept 1B got. I can't tell you how exactly this tank played or felt like when it had 1 shot, because I only acquired this tank recently with gold when it was on sale in the shop. So I don't know how it feels like playing a single shot, right? But I did play the Chieftain for a very, very, very long time. Before it got Hesh, when it had, normal heat shells, this was basically the Concept 1B, but single shot, right? A bit more mobility, but slightly less turret armor, I think. I'm not too sure. Maybe they nerfed this thing, but yeah, the mobility on this thing isn't great now. Anyways, it was really, really good. This tank was really, really good. And I was a bad player back when I just acquired a Chieftain. Like, people were saying, I didn't even know the HE shots, the HE shells on this thing, they had like high penetration, which were basically like Hesh shells, right? So you had normal AP, you had heat, and you had Hesh shells. I never used the HE shells. Never. And I still did great in this. So yeah, the Concept 1B must have been fantastic before they nerfed it to the double shot. Because if you miss a single shot, when it was a single shot gun, didn't really matter, right? Got a troll bounce, whatever. You reload in 6 seconds, 7 seconds, maybe. Okay, probably not. Probably like 8 seconds. You can fire once more. Doesn't really matter. But now, when you have a drum, and you get a troll bounce, it hurts. And your gun is not that great. It's actually bad. And you don't want to be like sitting in a spot, sitting still. Because like if you have a slight angle like this, someone's aiming at you over here, it doesn't matter if you're hold down, they'll pen your turrets. If you're sitting still and you don't have enough of an angle, they will pen your cupola. It is penetrable. I'm telling you, loads of times when I faced Concept 1Bs who are like on flat terrain, and they're trying to slide scrape against me, or like peek over a little hill, right? And they don't have like the gun depression. They're not really using the gun depression because they can't due to terrain, or they're just bad. They're on flat ground. I pen their turret, their cupola. It's pretty easy. So yeah, I might have had a good game with the Concept 1B, but it's not as good as, let's say, the Chieftain, or even the 215B, in my opinion, in terms of consistency. Like, sure, I have a higher win rate on this, I think, right? No, not even, yeah. I'm averaging 3k damage, 50 battles, I'm averaging 3k damage on this thing. And I'm only averaging 57% victory. That's crazy. Whereas this thing played almost 2k games, right? averaging about 58%, almost. But, you know, only 2.4k damage. I'm doing more crucial damage. And this one. I love this tank. 100 battles. Almost 61% victory. Averaging 2.7k. Like, this tank is... okay, except for the APCR. If this tank had heat, or maybe even AP premium shells, this tank would be fantastic. Look at the HE penetration it has. 162 to 178. That's crazy. It averages 170 penetration for HE. Which is, I guess, almost as good as, like, the Hesh on 183. Like, it's not that much of a difference. Let's say this is 2A, 2.9, 2.10, 2.15 maybe. Maybe it averages 2.15 penetration for the Hesh. Not much of a difference from 170, honestly. Like, it's not high enough. What this thing's Hesh will pen, this thing's HG mostly will pen as well. Otherwise, you just, you know, load APCR, right? You have proper APCR, you just fire that instead. Such a fun tank to play too. It's quick. Troll armor. But yeah, it's not a consistent tank. It's not a tank I will take into ratings, okay? If anyone's watching this and they think, oh yeah, I'm gonna buy the 215B, and then, oh, because this dude said this tank is broken, I'm gonna take it into the ratings. No. You'll get destroyed. Good players will know how to pen your turrets. Like a cupola and shit. I don't know how to pen it. The good players will know. Your lower plate is weak. Tanks with Hesh, they can Hesh that. There are players who play 183 in ratings. they will Hesh your lower plate. You run across the occasional Chieftain or the 5202, 4202, I mean. They'll Hesh your lower plate. You have to hide it. But your turret is in the rear, so the only thing you can do is side scrape, and your armor isn't that reliable. The Yak will pen you. Right? And you take this turret will pen you. Some heavies will pen you. Nothing you can do about it. Have to bait. Like, you have to wiggle. You can't side scrape like the VK90. You have to, you know, like, not only do you have to side scrape back and forth, you also have to wiggle and bait shots with the tracks, right? But if you do that, they can track you, and you probably want the repair kit here. I didn't choose it because I don't want a front line with this tank. Support tank. I want to go turn around and go to the light tank and medium tank side if they're, you know, collapsing and getting run through. And use this. So yeah, I'm just don't think. Take this tank as treat this tank the same as you would treat like the Chieftain, or especially now the T95 E6, a support tank. You can do things, you can do damage, got decent mobility, but you're not frontlining. You'll get destroyed. You're gonna get ran through. Okay. Enough ranting. Have a good day.